So now you should know a little bit more information on what this is all about, but to give us even some more information, we have Bob Fortner from Google for Bainbridge. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Danielle, for having somebody come and talk about this exciting prospect.
It is exciting, but first tell me, what is Google? Who is Google for Bainbridge?
Google for Bainbridge is a group of interested people in the community, technical people, representatives from the schools, from the city, from Islandwood, Bainbridge Graduate Institute, the library, to name a few institutions, and a handful of really talented technical people who came together last week and said, we got to do this.
Why do we have to do this? Tell me about what this could mean and what this is all about. Really break it down for people to kind of make it, I know you're technical, but don't get too technical.
No, I'm not technical. The way to understand this is to think about your download speeds now. You stream something and it pauses while it plays catch up. This service will bring that speed up to 100 times that rate, and you'll be able to download high definition movies in about 5 minutes.
So why do you think this is such a great opportunity? Because yes, we all want to download those movies, but it does help businesses, it helps education. Why do you think this is such a great opportunity?
Well, I actually think the entertainment side is sort of the back row of this. The main thrust for this can be in the area of education and in the area of the island's economics. The communities that have developed this already have seen job growth as a result of fiber optic cable connectivity. Call centers, other kinds of technical jobs, technical businesses that come in to take advantage of that. One of the real advantages for Bainbridge in this is that everybody knows that the city is facing financial difficulties. And as we try to come out of that and live within our budget, anything we can do to add to that revenue stream could help, because we don't have big box stores or car dealers or what have you here on Bainbridge. Our community as a whole realizes about $1 million less in sales tax revenues than other communities in the state our size. And so we have to make that up in some way, because we've decided we wanted to stay rural. This will be a huge opportunity to do that.
And it's an opportunity, but it's also a contest that Google is doing. And so we have some competition in this, and it's a contest, but is it going to cost us anything? A lot of people are probably like, well, yeah, it's a contest, but what happens if we do get selected?
Well, as far as we know, it's not going to cost us anything. Google's going to come in and fund the distribution of the fiber and the hookup to the homes. They do say they will charge a comparable rate for the connectivity. Long term, nobody knows, whether they're going to stay in the business or sell the business. But if we get it, we got it, and we're leveraged for the future, which is really the way we have to think about it.
So I mentioned that other communities and cities are competing to do this. How many cities is Google going to pick? Do you know that information, or?
They've said they're going to pick 1 to several communities between 20,000 and 500,000, and that's the only evidence we have to know how that's going to play out.
So how do people get involved in doing this? What is the process for the nomination?
Well, we have a googleforbainbridge.org website, which we encourage people to go to and tell their own personal stories. If they've got videos that they think tell why they believe strongly that it would be an advantage to them personally or us as a community or whatever, to post those videos on that site, and all of that will be incorporated into the submittal that we make electronically to Google no later than 5 o'clock on the 26th of March, 3 weeks.
So you just mentioned, though, that it's about creativity. So you have a call out to Islanders to get creative.
We do. We need individuals who have a story to tell about how broadband can change their lives, or how they see it can change our lives in the community. We need artists, we need architects, we need lawyers, we need media people, we need anybody who has a story to tell that says this is really something that could be a tremendous asset for our community. We need them to post that on googleforbainbridge.org, as well as their individual statement on the Google website. The Business Week had an article a week ago about Topeka, Kansas, naming themselves Google Kansas for the month. And the article says they had 10,000 people on their Facebook. Well, you look at the population of Topeka, Kansas, it's 122,000 people. We can do better than 10%.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
So it's really about people getting involved, and we'll provide some of those addresses, websites for people so they can go and do that. How is the city on this? Is the city on board? I know that you have had communication with the city.
The city's on board. Kirsten Hatopoulos and Barry Peters are the contact council people for and working in tandem with us to make this happen, because there's some infrastructure part of this application that they're going to oversee. So, but they're with it. Yeah.
Time is running out, though. You mentioned that date.
The 26th of March. Sign up, get on board. My vision is if those of you who've seen the movie Avatar,
okay,
that scene in the forest after the tree community is destroyed, the forest people go into their temple and they have fiber optic tails and they plug in, and as they do, this scene lights up and the network just lights up and pulsates with the power of that interconnectivity. That can be ours.
That could be Bainbridge.
That can be Bainbridge.
All right. So again, we will put that information, the websites, about how you can get involved on our website. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is great information for everybody out there that are kind of like, oh, what is this? What is this Google for Bainbridge? But definitely could be a great thing. So get creative out there.